Now, if you're going to ask AI for video game art, then you probably should start with Mario, although you may not expect to get Grumpy Mario, look at that. The second thing you may want to ask is an image for Half-Life 3, so some fun but unexpected results there. On a more serious note then, I wanted to find out just how well AI could handle the video game art. For this, I turned to MidJourney, arguably the best art-inspired AI out there right now. And as you can see on the screen, it's capable of producing some exceptional results. So yep, we know it can handle the regular art, but just how well can it handle the big AAA game franchises? Well, let's find out. So at this point, it's important to keep in mind that AI image generators are still very much a work in progress. Of course, a lot of work has gone into them at this point, but they are still in their training phases. It means that some of the images have some obvious flaws, but that said, for an image created entirely by AI, this is very much recognizable as Uncharted, despite some of the obvious problems. Yet AI, as with any other artist, the skill gets refined and developed the more it learns, the more it practices. So in a year from now, in 2 years, these are going to look just so much better. Although in my opinion, they already look really good. In case you're wondering, MidJourney is now publicly accessible. You can access it just by simply going to midjourney.com. It works through Discord, and when you sign up with your Discord username, you'll gain the ability to create a batch of free images. These come from prompts. You just type in what you want to see, what you want the MidJourney bot to create, and well, it will try its best to do that. The initial batch of images, I think you get around about 20 for free. After that, it is subscription based, starting from $10. This gets you 200 images per month. After that is a, I believe, $30 subscription a month, which gets you unlimited images. So it may seem a little bit weird to pay for these sort of things, but you do get the rights to them. Basically, you create the image, then you do own it. Obviously, you don't own any IPs you create images based on, so yeah, you can't create the Halo images here and claim them as your own. That just wouldn't work. But you can create other images, but as long as they're not based on real-world IPs or real-world franchises, then you will own the rights to the images that you generate. And I do think you can use them for commercial purposes as well, although just to make sure on that, you'll need to check out the terms of service for MidJourney. So over the past few months, no doubt many of you will have seen the images out there from dall-e or dall-e 2. dall-e 2, of course, is being built by OpenAI. It recently went into beta, although it is still closed, it's invite only, and OpenAI have said over the next month they're going to invite 1 million people from the dall-e 2 waiting list. Now, along with the beta come the pricing for using the image prompts. There was quite a bit of controversy about this. The people involved in the beta and the closed access are not too happy about the pricing. Apparently, it works out to something like 13 cents per image, so way more expensive than what we get in here with MidJourney. Of course, both MidJourney and dall-e 2 are very different products. dall-e 2 goes more for photorealistic images, although it can do some art. MidJourney is definitely focused more on art meanwhile. Now, whilst dall-e 2 and OpenAI definitely have put a lot of high quality images out there, these tend to be for promotional purposes and show off what dall-e 2 is capable of in the most exceptional of circumstances. For anyone who has seen dall-e 2 in operation, you'll know that isn't always the case, although it tends to hit more than it does miss. You'll notice that seems to be exactly the same case when it comes to MidJourney. It's not perfect, but pretty much every image here is instantly recognizable as what franchise and what game it's from, and I think that is a very much a hit. It's a big achievement. One thing I decided when I wanted to put this video together is that I wouldn't cherry pick images. I didn't want to just pick the best images, the ones that MidJourney did without any flaw, with very few flaws. I wanted to give a fair representation of what MidJourney is currently capable of. But what I'm sure you'll have noticed by now is that the AI is very much capable of choosing the correct style to go with the correct type of images. So, for example, the Red Dead Redemption 2 that we can see on the screen right here. Again, not perfect, but one thing that really does stand out to me more or less immediately is how MidJourney understands to use the right type of artistic style when it comes to each game. If you look at concept art for either Red Dead Redemption 2 or even The Witcher in this case, you'll notice that there are some similarities in the style of those concept arts for the respective games, as well as the styles that MidJourney has chosen to use here. Now, from what I understand, MidJourney is soon to get a bit of an upgrade, quite a significant one in fact. As with all AIs, as with all neural networks, it does rely on being trained. MidJourney so far has been trained on a fairly limited number of parameters, and from what I'm understanding, from what I'm hearing, the number of images that MidJourney is trained upon will be increased by 10 times. What this means is that MidJourney will get better at understanding what you're asking, and then better in turn at generating images based upon your requests. Just how good this turns out, we're going to have to wait and see, but yeah, any improvement upon what we've already got here is going to be most welcome. In most cases, these are already pretty good. At any rate, do let me know what you think of the images we've seen in this video so far, and indeed the rest of the video. For now, I'm going to head off and let you enjoy the rest of the images.